Pursuant to Article 55 of UNSC Regulation 12-14572, I'm ordering you to remove that AI's data chip and retire it for final dispensation.
I don't want to. You don't want me to.
Remove
Please.
the chip now, Commander.
Please. I don't want to.
Give me that chip.
The didact has to be stopped. If you won't do that, I will.
I am ordering you to surrender that AI!
No, sir.
Lieutenant! Arrest that man!
Captain!
Arrest him!
Captain!
Get word to Earth that trouble is coming. Cortana and I will do what we can back here.
Hello everybody, this is JP3 here, bringing you another entry in our Halo 4 Legendary playthrough. We are on mission number 5, Reclaimer. A disclaimer right off the bat, you will probably never see, or have never seen, anyone play this level the way you're about to see me play it. I don't say that bragging, I don't say that with any lack of confidence either. The method I devised for getting past this thing relatively reliably on legendary difficulty without dying or speedrunning is definitely unique. And it may even be a little offensive to some of you, but I will do my best to explain why I do things the way I do things for Halo 4's Reclaimer on legendary difficulty. So I'm going to start right off by killing every single Marine and or Spartan that can die and can possibly engage in combat, take turrets on this mammoth, take residents and warthogs, whatever it might be, they're all dying. Psych, Lasky can't die. But he does become a red dot that you'll see in a little bit on your minimap, but he's no threat. He can't kill you.
Chief, Palmer again. The Mammoth's got jetpacks on board. If I were down there, I'd want one.
I don't know why we have to wait so long for that kind of crap to open. So, very next thing you want to do is grab a full rocket launcher. Make sure you have a full, well, yeah, I would advise a full sniper rifle. You don't have to kill these guys. They won't turn against you. They just sit there the whole time. They're not scripted to do anything other than sit there and look like they're doing something important. Again, the red dot down there is Lasky. So I'll explain really fast some of the early reasoning as to why I just did what I did. So first off, these turrets on the Mammoth are very important to my strategy. Second of all, I don't want the Spartans to kill me, because once I kill the guys who typically take the turrets, which are the Marines, the Spartans will turn against you. But also, the Spartans threaten to screw up the strategy I have for the very next area, which is probably the whole reason, now that I think about it, that I have this alternate strategy in the first place. It is a vehicle section where you get ghosts and wraiths dropped off, you have phantoms shooting at you, and you're supposed to go over in the middle of all that crap and grab a target locator for this mammoth gun, and it's mini-mac, and so I don't need them screwing what I'm going to do up, so we'll get to that when we come to it. So you want to take out these enemies on the ridgeline. It prevents you from being shot by them and therefore cowering in the mammoth, and also it speeds this up a little bit. I don't know what those things are over there, those power cores that says to neutralize, look like the jammers in Infinity. I don't worry with them at all. Just take out the enemies and the mammoth will move on. You definitely want to take them out. They can kill you from down there. So as soon as you destroy that turret, jump over here and get onto this turret. Now, the main goal of getting here is to take out the sniper in the sniper tower. That works about 80 to 90% of the time, if not higher. It just didn't work here. May have just been my aiming. I may have gotten shot and it moved me away from my target because, you know, it takes a little bit for those rockets to fire, so you need to stay focused until they finish firing. But for some reason, it just didn't kill that sniper. It usually does, even when you aren't perfectly accurate. So that's okay. We're just going to face him until we don't have to anymore. He'll shoot our vehicle, but obviously it doesn't cause hardly any damage at all. So now it's time to take out the Wraith, and the Wraith only at this point. The way you take out Wraiths at this part is to shoot to the side of it and then move in the opposite direction. The Wraith will usually move with it. This trick works a lot better when the Wraith is over to what is your right, and you shoot it from, well, dodge mortars, but if you shoot it like right there and then move the opposite direction, it just, for some reason, goes right into that rocket. If you hit the Wraith in weaker parts, three rockets will usually do it. If it gets to this point, though, it's usually just one sniper round away from demise. Now you want to take out everything that is a threat that's visible to you. Don't worry about your sniper rifle ammunition unless you're missing a lot of shots, which hopefully you won't be. Leave the ghosts alone and try to isolate one of them. Do not, I repeat, do not blow them both up. If you blow them both up, then a new Wraith will be dropped off along with 2 new ghosts, and we don't want that to happen. So notice there, I kind of got that one isolated and trapped a little bit, and then we took it out with the rocket launcher. So we do need to still take care of that sniper. So let's do that now. And as far as the rest of the guys go, you can sit there and shoot them, and that's probably the smarter thing to do. Or even just fire a rocket over there, because we're only going to use the rockets once more, and then we'll be done with them. I usually have excess, but I was rushing it a little bit here, and it did almost cost me. So going over to grab the target locator, going that exact path, leaving 1 ghost so we don't get an extra wave. So right here, the stupid-ass Phantom starts shooting at me before it was blown up by the Mini-Mac, which takes its sweet motherfucking time. I'm pissed off at that Mac because of something else that happens later. You'll see. So as soon as you get the rockets in hand, full, you know, make sure you have all 6 that you can get, because you can only hold 6 now. And if you want to, you can take this ghost out here. Makes for a funny little glitch that you'll see in a little bit. Make sure you fill up your sniper rifle with as much ammunition as you can hold. Hopefully you know where those are located. So this is what you need to do. Here's the, here comes the glitch in a little bit. So you need to get ready with the target locator to take down, not that Phantom. I was just messing around there. Probably shouldn't have done that, though, in retrospect, but we'll get to that. That's the glitch Phantom. Take the Phantom out here. I don't know why this occurred, but it keeps saying no line of sight on the fucking target. The problem with that, of course, is that since we can't take out that Phantom, the one that I pointed at originally, I can't take out this one with the turret. But at any given point, if the Phantom really starts honing in on you, then just come down here and hide. You don't have to blow up anything in this area, actually. But I wish I could have got it in this. I wish the Mini-Mac would work, but I wasn't willing to try it again because of you know, the glitched garbage of the Halo 4 MCC. I'm not sure if this is an MCC problem or not, but I'm not going to mess with it. I just come down here and hide. I feel like in this section you have 2 options. You can either take out the aerial vehicles, or you can take out the ground guys. You can't do both. I usually opt for the aerial because I think it's cool, but this game doesn't want me to feel cool. Not in this playthrough, at least. So you missed all the stuff that I would normally do to take out those aerial vehicles, because the Mini-Mac is glitched and broken. So a ghost should usually show up there. If they don't point away from it, they're reading your inputs. It's not actually looking at you. So just point away, and then they'll show up most of the time, unless they're not. They're usually already there, but for some reason this time they weren't. Probably because I got on the turret a little too early, and that sent the AI into a frenzy. Every once in a while, the missiles will completely miss, or they'll hone in a little bit more so like they did just then. Take out that turret, take out the 2 ghosts with those turrets. As you can see how important those turrets are to me. And then take the ghost that you hopefully grabbed over there, and then come over here to up here. Just watch out for the useless geometry. The ghost floats, but not enough. Now, because we took out the 2 ghosts, and we're going to take out this gunner, the Wraith's AI gets a little wonky here. You'll notice this in just a little bit. I believe it's because of the 2 things I just said, so do those things before you attempt this. It will just sit there and let you shoot it almost every time, as seen here. And eventually it will even stop firing its mortars at you. Now we're done with the rocket launcher. I take a couple of pot shots at this ghost because every once in a while it'll kind of get trapped in place, but it doesn't appear to do that here. I do not want to waste sniper rifle ammunition, although, yeah, I don't want to waste sniper rifle ammunition. I come over here to see if anybody's hanging out over there. They all run inside because, you know, they know I have a rocket launcher. I don't want to shoot it at just that one grunt because I'm kind of waiting to see if maybe I can get a shot off on that ghost over there. It's not essential at all that you blow up that ghost now. It's not really that big of a threat, and you'll see in a little bit why that is. So as soon as you're done toying around with the AI, come over here and grab a battle rifle. As you can see again, this is where I lost the battle rifle. I did not know where it was at. I was in too big of a hurry. Again, note to self, kill that guy so he's not standing in front of the battle rifle I want. And I don't have to walk all the way up here to go and refill its ammunition. Grab the ghost and go to roughly the exact spot I'm going to now, because the enemies will be out now that you don't have the rocket launcher. And try to headshot this guy, or otherwise kill him. And then be careful, you want to take out the ghost, the jackal and the grunt here. They can overcharge you and or super combi you, so you can't get close to them anymore. And I'm going to look over to the other shield bubble thing there and see if anybody's standing outside it. And if they were, I was going to snipe them from here using the shield I'm under as cover if needed. But ultimately, they were not out, and they do later present a problem. Now, at some point after you blow up the first shield generator thing, a phantom can show up over to your left. It's random as to when it comes or even if it comes. I don't know what triggers it. I have no idea how to affect it. I've seen it not show up at all. I've seen it show up relatively early, again right about now. I've seen it show up after I've blown up 2 of them, so I'm kind of listening for it as I play, because I'm going to try to use the previously broken mini-mac and see if maybe I can get it to work. Frustratingly, this guy charges, which is not normal. So I shoot him a few times, I no-scope him in the fucking face, and he survives that because this game sucks. Or at least the sniper rifle now sucks. And because his shield can generate in about 3.5 seconds, he's already back up to full health. Or full shields, rather. So we get in a little multiplayer battle here, but, you know, spamming the battle rifle is all we need to do. I hear the Phantom, of course, and the Minimac actually works this time, and I don't have to deal with that wave of reinforcements.
Railgun reloading.
When in doubt in this game, stand back and spam the headshot weapon that you should have on you at all times. So this is what I do with this ghost here. I just kind of get it in this little thing here. I kind of slightly move back and forth. It seems to trap it in some sort of, you know, AI-induced horror. Horror for it, at least. And you don't want to, you know, fall asleep on these guys because they can overcharge you or super combi you while you're in the ghost. And then, for some reason, there's some elite that's stuck up there in the rocks, so we go ahead and take him out because I'm assuming he's probably gotten unstuck before and made my life a living hell. Because, you know, I expected him to be stuck. Usually when you shoot this grunt, you just kill him, but instead I knock him into the beam that he is glitched initially and not getting into, and he presents as a problem, so I have to use the sniper rifle to kill him, or a sniper rifle round, rather, to kill him. But now that he's dead and we have none of those reinforcements, now we can take on these guys in this bubble. Now, I usually find a straight path where I'm not going to run into geometry. I shoot the ghost forward turrets, which keeps them inside the bubble, and then I just wait until I see them lined up, and a lot of the time, well, if they walk out like this, then you can just shoot them down like that, but a lot of times what they'll do is they will go into this duck and cover mode, like that, and you can just run them right through. So this guy's got his grenades out. I'm not going to start shooting him until he gets a little bit more outside the bubble. Otherwise, you get in this stupid loop where you shoot him, he goes inside the shield bubble, he comes back out, inside, and it takes forever. So let him come out a little bit just to speed things up. Shoot him dead in the face with your turrets, and then head over here to the mammoth. Park the ghost right about here. Don't let it get run over, but let it be accessible. And then run over into here, and you want to grab a weapon that you don't care about. Replace the sniper rifle with it. For now. You know, assault rifle, you know, oh yeah, and refill your battle rifle. But just a weapon that you don't care about. Assault rifle or the pistol there works fine. Grab the ghost and do exactly what I do here. So run over to here. Go up into the area where you would, where you expect later on to be able to board the lich. Go over to the left and find this plasma pistol. Run up to the top up here, exactly where I'm going. This rock right here, this edge. Set up the mini-mac to take that out, and then stay kind of low, but, you know, just so you're not seen by the ghost down there, at least not yet. Wait for this phantom to drop off this wraith. As soon as it drops it off or gets close to it, come down here and quickly overcharge it. And see if you can take out the gunner as soon as you can. It's hard to do whenever the ghosts get a beat on you like that. Look at the minimap. The driver gets out of the wraith whenever you take out its gunner and overcharge it here. I don't know why that occurs, but he gets out. Now sometimes he'll get back in it, but oftentimes he'll do exactly this. He will get out and get into the gunner seat, and then now you have a wraith. The reason why I took out the Spartans earlier was because of things that went on back there. They'll take out a ghost and cause the new wave to start and all that crap. But in order to account for that, and to be honest with you, I prefer this, because now the control's in my hands. I've gotten to this point way too many times and had the guy miss way too many rocket shots. The guy that's working the Gauss hog weapon, the Gauss turret, not fire fast enough and get me screwed. Here I have control over what happens, over the main weapon, over the main way in which I'm going to be able to destroy all this enemy armor. And even though I just can't ever seem to get used to the arc on this stupid wraith, I mean, I can immediately catch on to it with Halo 2 and Reach. For some reason in this game, I just can't do it. So if you actually wanted to try this out, you could practice this section and not only get good with the wraith, but also get good at spawn killing these drops. So the first wraith drops over here after the one you've stolen. It drops right over here. The second wraith will drop over in the next area. Notice how you can spawn kill these guys really easily with practice. And of course that's always fun to do that. The ghosts aren't your problem. The only time the ghosts are the problem is if, I don't know, you left a lot of them alive, or if the wraith hits you and then your shields are way down. So it's really the wraiths you need to focus on the most, and take out the ghosts at your leisure. So notice here we pretty much spawn kill this wraith. We got that one right. So the next wraith will appear at the same place the first wraith did. So it kind of goes, it alternates back and forth, essentially. You get one over there by the mammoth, you get this one here, then the next one comes over there by the mammoth, and then the last one comes back here. Again, just like in the previous section, you do need to take out a number of the ghost waves before the wraiths will show up, the new wraith will show up, and 4 will come in total after yours. So yours is the first, and so it's 5 if you count it like that. But if you don't count the Wraith that you're currently driving, then it's 4 Wraiths after that. So 4 Wraiths that you have to take out. Now, once you take out enough, you get Rocket Hog here. The passenger, actually is carrying a rocket launcher. I don't see him firing it a whole lot, but that actually does a really good job of taking some of the heat off of you, and it can also do a great job of taking out some of this armor. That is, unless he gets in your way in a really stupid, idiotic fashion. Not there. Not there. There. I don't know why in the world he had to drive up on that Wraith, but I fired the mortar, and yes, it was somewhat carelessly fired. Those Marines I don't like to take out. And by the way, as you noticed, the Marines are no longer pissed at me once I get to this section, which is, of course, crucial in every way. Because the last thing I need is for them to send a rocket up my ass. I just want to make that clear. I didn't take that out because, I was afraid they were going to rocket me. And in no way, shape, or form was what I did not mean to take them out. But I recklessly fired a mortar at the Wraith, and they were driving up on it because of reasons. So again, if you practice this more, obviously you can get into a rhythm of spawn trapping these drops really easily. And again, if you can get used to this mortar and the way the arc or the strange way it fires, then you can be just absolutely deadly here. So notice the Wraith that I screwed up didn't spawn trap properly. We take it out finally. And that's another thing too, is staying over in this section as your kind of default place to go is a really good idea until the Mammoth starts moving, because a lot of those, the enemy armor will appropriately focus on the Mammoth. So what I like to do to get in the best position as fast as possible is to go around the Mammoth like this. Again, a lot of geometry, and these vehicles don't float properly enough to make it easy to get around it sometimes. But so now that we're in a Wraith, infantry, especially just firing their basic weapons, is really not a problem at all here. So we're just going to mortar the hell out of this place until they're all dead. Now, if I'd have parked here initially, or tried to park here initially, it would have been a little bit more perilous because the way that the enemies come up. And if you park too far back, then the Mammoth will run you over. So that's why I took that long way around, so to speak. And so by the time I got here, I could take out a couple of the enemies from the side where I'm not nearly as much of a target. And so by the time I get here, I've got less infantry to worry about. So again, just take that exact path for the most part, and you should be good. Now, I don't notice this jackal over here that for some stupid reason is just sitting there waiting to troll me instead of actually, I don't know, behaving like a video game AI, appearing at least somewhat organic and willing to present a fun challenge to the player. Instead, he's just sitting there like a freaking idiot. Go ahead and start picking up Needler. You will be taking it into the Lich. There's a lot of Needler ammunition in the Lich, and the Needler is badass in Halo 4. I even grabbed some Needler there just in case. I don't decide to go and search for Carbine because I've got a pretty decent amount of BR. So as soon as you come up here, you're right out in the open, but they're not usually ready for you in the sense like they're all going to just immediately toss a grenade or anything like that. For some ridiculous reason, this dude's got 18 needles in him but isn't dead. That's okay. We'll get him eventually. Just a matter of time. So, for the most part, from this point forward, there isn't a whole lot that I do that's all that different. It was really just up to this point was the most unique stuff. But I do a couple of things that I don't know if everybody does. It's just not quite as crazy as what I've done up to this point. But trust me, it works if you learn how to execute it. And it's not that hard to execute because you're not having to rely on Marines to do the job for you. That elite must have grenaded himself. His shield was down and I had nothing to do with that. And I did hear a grenade explode. I didn't see it explode down there with me. So anyway, that's why his shields were down. I didn't have anything to do with that. So again, we got another guy who can take 47 needles, but that's perfectly fine. So grab you a turret and do the scarab thing. And run off this side here, this exact side. And try to jump onto this topmost area here. And wait for the fireworks, which hopefully occur. There is a glitch wherein the lich will not explode and the rest of the level will not load. It sucks, and it happened to me multiple times attempting to do this. I don't know if they fixed it with the update. I have no clue about any of that stuff. I don't really care, frankly. I am done playing Halo 4 on Legendary difficulty. As I said at the very start of this thing, I really enjoy Halo 4. I have a lot of great memories, but playing this thing on Legendary can change your mind really fast and make you forget a lot of the more enjoyable elements of this campaign. So go fill up your BR, take whatever's left of the sniper rifle you hopefully dropped in a place you remember, and from here on it's cinematics and dialogue. Good stuff, but not really anything that I have any desire to talk over, I don't guess. So I'll see you whenever the combat starts in the next section.
Pressure on those other powerful cannons. Castle, reading 555. On station, ready to assist. Shadow actual to infinity. Encountering enemy air. Significant EOF closer to the emplacements.
It is possible to get to the top of that needle, or, antenna or whatever. But my movement... Oh, there we go. I forgot that I actually did make it to the top of it.
Mammoth is mobile.
They don't care about you. They replaced you. Blast it.
It's okay.
How? How is this okay? How is putting you at risk because I can't hold it together okay?
Chief, do you even understand what rampancy is? Really?
We don't just shut down. Our cognitive processes begin dividing exponentially according to our total knowledge base. We literally think ourselves to death.
You know I won't let that happen.
And if it happens anyway?
117, Lasky.
Go, Commander.
We got significant blockage up ahead. I think this is about it for the Mammoth.
The command post for the particle cannons is through that
Alright, so you do actually have an opportunity to snipe from the Mammoth.
We'll see you back on Infinity.
Enemies that are unaware of your position. They usually go and scurry and hide pretty fast once you start doing this, but no harm in trying to take out as many as possible. As you can see here, we have an excess of sniper rifle ammunition, so if you want to use it a little bit more at any earlier point, that's okay, because we can actually find some sniper rifle ammunition right down here at the entrance to this area where we're about to go. Now, if there's anything I'm partly ashamed of in this run, it would be this next section, this very next section here, with this sniper who is MLG accurate. I just hit him, but of course that doesn't kill him. I guess it's only fair since I can't kill him with one shot. I mean, since he has a shield and, bunch of armor and, all that. Okay, he doesn't have all that shit. But anyway, so point of advice, just battle rifle him. Again, when all else fails, just snipe anything with your basic headshot weapon and you should be good. Spam, snipe, whatever. Yeah, he tagged us twice. So much talk about how inaccurate they are in Halo 4, but not that guy. So there's two more snipers over here. Just see if you can get that head there. He usually hits the geometry, that guy does. This guy usually misses, but if he hits you, just go back to cover and wait for your chance. And again, unless you're really awesome with the sniper rifle in this game, it's best just to use the BR for those guys. But we'll actually do much better with the sniper rifles, the beam rifle, and all that. We're going to get better with it, don't worry. It's not going to be a crappy performance. Just a little rusty. Two headshots there. Now, at some point, you want to stop using the sniper rifle. As you can see, there's ammunition for it there. I think there's 12 total there, but there are a lot of developer-placed beam rifles, and of course, beam rifles that are going to be dropped. Some no-scoping there. And then come over to this rock here. Usually there's a beam rifle up here, but he dropped his down a little bit lower. This guy won't shoot at you from over here nearly as much as he will if you're any closer. I'm just trying some jump shots here to take care of these grunts. And the reason why I'm standing back, of course, is because of the grenades that are coming out of textures that I can't see through and they can. There's a lot of fog and mist and stuff that, again, they can see through fine. I can't. They've got, you know, obviously the ability to super combine you or overcharge you. So, long story short, best to just stay safe, get back there and kill them all. There's 4 snipers over here. Here's one. He's always there. Number 2 that I usually kill is always going to be right around there. Number 3 is there, and number 4 can be either at the top over there of that structure we just shot the snipers off of, or he can be on that rock. But I don't think he can be both places. I've played this through before and not had the guy that's on the rock there, who's probably the biggest threat, even show up at all. And I think it's because it's variable. He can either be there or at the very top of that structure we sniped the first 2 snipers off of. I think that's how it works. If I'm wrong, leave the right answer in the comments section, please. And I'll pin it. Shoot the fuel rod grunt before you do anything else, including going and grabbing a carbine here. Now that other jackal, he's behind a glass wall or something, but he's just a marksman, so you don't have to worry about him actually sniping you. But he is behind something over there, so it's best just to wait until he comes out. Now the rest of the grunts will start to suicide for some weird reason. That makes them fairly easy to take out. Just make sure that the fuel rod guy is dead, and then you'll see a couple more grunts milling around over there. You can take them out from range over here, or you can wait till they come down. Sometimes they'll hang out over there though, so you can obviously get closer to them as well and shoot them, but I like to keep it safe at distance due to the grenades they can throw, the super combines, the overcharges, the stuff I've mentioned several times, not only in this particular video, but throughout this series as a whole. So there's going to be a knight that shows up in just a little bit. I go ahead and grab this beam rifle because it will disappear soon, and drop the sniper rifle, which I plan on keeping for the rest of the mission. So I stick this guy and snipe him, and he still survives because he is a damage sponge piece of shit. But he goes down to a second snipe. So just, you know, for future reference, it can take 2 beam rifle shots and a grenade stick to kill your average run-of-the-mill knight. Just, you know, let that sink in if you hadn't really thought about that. Of course, this is on legendary difficulty, but I just... Or you can stand back and light rifle him to death, which is so much easier. Or you can super combine him and kill him even easier. Or you can do it the hard way like I just did, with skill and such, and then still him not die until you land a 3rd major kind of damage-causing shot. But anyway, done with the bitchin' for now. So there are a lot of beam rifles that are developer placed that are lying around. That's one of them. As you saw before, I was using one that was dropped by a jackal sniper. You want to snipe the fuel rod grunts. It's not so much important that you snipe the crawlers, and they take 2 shots for ridiculous reasons. But you want to make sure and snipe as many, if not all, the grunts as possible. I believe there's 2 with fuel rods, maybe 3. I know there's one that's usually down there, and there may be 2 that's up there on the top floor. But you want to try to kill them from range, if at all possible. So we picked up that developer-placed beam rifle. And then there's one up here. And then there's one down by the rock that's right below us, where we're at right now. I don't remember if I pick it up or not, but I want to say I do. There was one fuel rod grunt that I just killed there, the first guy. Snipe that crawler in the face. Again, we've got a glut of beam rifles, so don't use the sniper rifle. Use the beam rifle. And make sure and take care of that guy. He's a marksman, but still, he's annoying as hell. If you don't take care of him, that is. So, I got 3 shots left in this. So I'll go ahead and pick up the final, as far as I know, developer-placed beam rifle. And there's a developer-placed needler right here. I usually use it to take out this next guy. For some reason, this crawler's right here. He was hiding the whole time. I missed the grenade stick because it hit geometry that doesn't exist in my eyeballs there. But normally I get a little bit closer, but the crawler kind of screwed up my momentum there. So again, beam rifle is what I'm going to use to take out the remaining knights here. Not needing it because there's plenty of light rifle ammunition that's going to be straight ahead. So not really, you can even use a fuel rod if you want to try, although the rods fire way too slow for it to be that effective against the knights. So just taking out the trash here, doing a little housekeeping until I face off against the final knight in this area. Sometimes he will push up, but here he does not. So I try to stick him, but he moves out of the way even though he wasn't looking at me, and he can't see me. Like I said, they're reading your inputs. So anyway, we hit him a few times with the beam rifle and finish him off with a light rifle. Notice how I picked up those developer-placed grenades there. Go pick up my sniper rifle, which I like to use at 2 different points before this level ends. So I've been carting it the whole time, and not necessarily a beam rifle because it can hold 20 shots when at max capacity, whereas a beam rifle can only now hold 10. Go fill up with light rifle ammunition there and head on in here, and from this point forward up to a certain juncture we will have again more cinematics, so I'm going to be quiet during those.
Breaking up, but coordinates received, Infinity. This elevator should take us directly to the coordinates Infinity provided. Almost like those Sentinels wanted us to get the particle cannons offline.
This could be a trap.
You say that like there's a second possibility?
That's a line that I never quite understood the reasoning for putting it in there. It suggests there's going to be some sort of foreshadowing of a trap here, but there totally isn't. This is not a trap. I mean, I can understand in, I guess, quote-unquote reality why they would be concerned about it being a trap. I just don't understand why you would write that line into this story, because, again, it's not a trap.
We've reached the coordinates. This looks like the place. Cannon network must use these arrays for targeting and guidance. It's an automated system, so it won't technically allow me to redirect the cannons to fire on one another. Technically. Cortana to Infinity. The guns should be offline. How's it look from up there? Infinity!
Cortana?
Something's in here. Chief!
Cortana? Cortana?
Alright, so as soon as this cutscene ends, you get this animation that looks really cool, but doesn't affect gameplay, at least in terms of whatever power you're imbued with here. And you need to go and pick up Cortana to the left, but crawlers rush this position pretty fast, and there's also a knight over there, so I like to take out this crawler rush at least before I go pick up Cortana.
How do we get out of here?
Elevator, back of the chamber.
So as soon as you fill up with light rifle ammunition, come over here. Now, you don't have to do this, but I like to use the sniper rifle here just for kicks, I guess. Boy, I really thought that was a headshot, but I guess it was not. So 4 shots takes him out. I missed him with one of those shots, but that looked like a headshot to me too. But anyway, but you know, the good news is that if you want to conserve the sniper rifle or not even take it at all, you can just step back and light rifle them to death. Really, that's obviously an option. And you saw the case over there. There's even another developer placed light rifle by a box that I ran by. So anyway, plenty of light rifle ammunition, and of course fill up by running over the ammunition that the knight dropped, and then go to this elevator.
Chief, what happened? Your bio readings are all over the map.
It's a long story, but I know what the didact's after.
I know that part. The librarian filled me in when she snatched me from the system. But what I don't know is what she did to you.
So as soon as you come out of here, you're put into a quite perilous position. You need to grab this tank and hope to God that the Wraith isn't mortaring it as you get in it. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. For some reason or another, I was really crappy at using the tank in this section. You'll see in a little bit what I'm talking about. I really don't want to shoot another Marine vehicle, so I'm trying to be careful there. But anyway, this Phantom's really hard to take out unless you focus exclusively on it, which is very dangerous. So, you know, I don't even try to take it out. I think I shot it once, but anyway. But yeah, so I don't know if it's the changes in elevation or if it was my nerves, because I really didn't want to play this level over again. But I just missed this guy a lot more, and then I even let the mortar hit me there for some ridiculous reason. So it just, you know, yeah, just not quite as skilled as I was playing when I was doing Infinity with the tank, which I went like several stretches without missing a shot against enemies that were much harder to see. But there's a lot of elevation changes and, you know, things like that that make this a little more tricky, I would argue, than Infinity is, especially without a hit scan mortar. So, but I like this. I actually think this is a great tank run. It reminds me a lot of the Arc run in the sense that it's not as linear, it's more spread out. There's a lot more Wraiths to deal with. And I love that line from Stacker, and he does the first line, second line clear, which is, you know, just an awesome callback to the Arc and that tank run there. So these guys that are setting over by these barriers have fuel rods, so you have to prioritize them no matter what. Definitely over the ghosts. So we're going to have several more Wraiths that are dropped off after we get rid of this ghost here. And just do your best to try to take them out without letting them hit you. At some point you'll face, you're likely to face 3 at once. That can be a bit of a challenge, dodging 3 mortars at once. So just try your best to not miss as much as I do here. And notice how I'm moving over to the left. I'm trying to keep it between me and this guy, even though it's got me at a disadvantage because of how far away he is and how quick he is to dodge the mortars that are coming in. So now I'm trying to do the same thing here, trying to limit it to just me and him. And he must have took one of the hits that I missed back there, and so he goes down in one shot. And now since we only have this guy, we don't have to worry about our positioning as much. I must have hit him too at some point with a miss at the first tank, because I only hit those two guys once just then. So after this point, you'll have a ghost or two and some infantry come out. I don't remember, but I don't think that the infantry that come out from around that corner have fuel rods. But I know there's some grunts that come out, and if they overcharge your tank, then you're in big trouble, because there's at least one more wraith. So right now I'm trying to hit that infantry. Well, that last shot I did. I was trying to hit that ghost because, again, or that grunt, because I did not want him to overcharge me. So now I'm just dodging these turrets here, and I'm going to try to take out this phantom, even though it goes away after dropping off all the bad guys. The bad guys for whom we are saving this sniper rifle. So we don't have any other vehicle, unless somehow, some way, one of the ghosts survived the barrage of tank mortars. We don't have any other vehicles to help us in taking these out. If we go inside with the tank, what's going to happen? Well, I should mention that oftentimes there's two elites with fuel rods. Oftentimes they'll go to the very end of that shield edge where you just saw me hit that guy. I like to spend a little bit of time hoping to catch them there, because it makes it really easy to kill them. And they're your biggest threat, other than being overcharged and then fuel rotted. If you go inside of here, it is possible to get the tank turret in just enough so you won't blow yourself up trying to take out these shield generators. Notice, again, same thing with that elite there. He came out to that edge for some reason, and I just shot them both. It's not always that easy. I was hoping these guys would come out, or I would be able to draw someone over to this side, because there is one more elite, but he won't do that. So now we're going to get out on foot, because if you try to do that, what I was talking about going there with the turret, you can blow yourself up. It's not easy to know when the turret's actually inside the shield. Plus, once you go inside, you can get overcharged and grenaded, and all sorts of bad things can happen. So I did not notice that third grunt over there whenever I peeked out there. It's hard to see through this shimmer that was in Halo 4 sometimes, or at least it is for me. So I kind of screwed up there and let that guy overcharge me. But this guy blew himself up with a grenade that he threw, and of course it bounced off the shield. There's one more elite here. I'm just going to snipe him really fast here, and using the shield as cover, so don't take this out until you're done with that elite. And then once you're done with that elite, then all three of the elites, then you're pretty golden here. You can keep that for safety if you want, but these grunts usually stay inside the shield until you start walking up to it. So I'm just going to headshot them, and then once I'm done with that, then we're done with the level for the most part. So run back over to the tank and drive over to the rocks over there, because I do believe the tank at full speed is faster than Chief can run, given the limited amount of sprint you can do. I might be wrong about that, though. I'm not sure if this is faster. This isn't a speed run, so I guess it doesn't matter if I'm right about that. Hop out here, jetpack over these rocks, and run to victory.
Infinity, we're at the gravity well.
Then paint that damn target so we can get out of here.
You heard him, Chief. Line up the shot.
Target locked.
I'm curious to hear comments about how I played this level. I'm curious to get some opinions, some thoughts, some laughs, some criticism, whatever it is. So please leave some stuff in the comment section. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you know when something is released or when I start streaming to YouTube. But as for now, this is JP3 signing out. Have a wonderful day, and thank you very, 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 very much for watching. Goodbye.